for TNN Motorsports coverage of the Pace Motorsports Monster Truck Challenge from the Metrodome. And a good crowd on hand here as they get set to watch the first of the monster trucks taking off. Here's a look at our monster truck brackets to show you how our side-by-side will battle it out here tonight. Now, Little Tiger will go first, but he will have a bye run by himself, but he will actually run. Predator against Samson, Monster Patrol against Equalizer, Executioner up against Gravedigger, and Barefoot and Bulldozer will go head-to-head here tonight in the Metrodome. Here's a look at Little Tiger. It's a 95 Chevy, 468 cubic inches, pumping out 1,300 horsepower under the right foot of Brian Barthell.
He is a heavy equipment operator during the week, driving monster trucks. On the weekend, I think they're kind of associated, you know.
That works out well, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like it.
Little Tiger set to go. Brian out of Coon Rapids, Minnesota.
He's close to home.
Now he's going to get a bye, but he needs a good time, doesn't he, Mike?
No doubt about it. It's going to make a lot of difference as we go along this evening because the quick time is going to get lane choice and
that will be our only bye run.
What they've done, Ralph, is the ramps are real short and they're real steep, and that's where you're going to see a lot of air on these trucks as we go along tonight.
Let's go right to our next matchup. This will be Predator up against Samson. Dan Patrick, the driver of the 98 Chevy with 572 cubic inches, 1,350 horsepower. Now Alan Pezo, he's got 540 cubic inches, same amount of horsepower, but it's a 1999 Kitty.
Oh yeah, I love those Kitties. Do you not have those where you live?
I think the next describes exactly what the truck is. That's Patrick Samson. The Kitty, well, you'll know it as soon as you see it.
It's a Panther.
There it is.
It's a stalker. It's a Predator. Got the fangs hanging out. It's bad.
Good-looking truck, Predator.
His father is probably the most popular man at the monster truck races. Alan Pezo's dad.
Why so?
He is a retired firefighter.
Aha, yeah.
And these monster truck guys seek him out after these races.
I bet they do.
Oh, they get popped and straightened out. I've even been there a couple of times with Alan's dad.
You need to.
He does a great job.
Great suspensions on these trucks, but the drivers do take quite a pounding.
Oh, they do, but not near like we did 5, 6 years ago when we ran springs on them. Now, these shocks that we're running nowadays, the gas shocks, the nitrogen shocks, make so much difference. Help so much, help the ride and the landing. It used to be so hard on a man's back, and now that they've got these good shocks on, you can land one of them just like laying on a pillow. It's really, you know, you're going to have drivers go a lot longer than originally.
Dan Patrick on the left out of Kingston, Ohio. Builds a lot of chassis for monster trucks.
He does that, and runs a big KB Hemi in the back of that Chevrolet. And
Predator hard on the brakes now. That big Kitty comes to a halt.
There's the air we were talking about with the short, high ramps. That's where you're getting all the air.
Here's the replay, Mike.
Pezo leans on it just a little bit. Patrick's got to really make some ground up. He does, but
I think the Predator got there by a whisker.
I believe you're right, Ralph. I think it is a whisker shot. But look at it. Look at him drift to the left a little bit, but the truck settles down.
We're waiting on the official ruling from the here at Pace Motorsports. While we wait for that, here's a look at your next matchup. Monster Patrol, Todd Meents, a 97 Bowtie, 575 cubic inches, 1,400 horsepower. That's not too bad when you're David Morris. He's got the same thing buried in the belly of his beast. Another 540 cubic inches in another 97 Chevy S10.
Tom Meents.
Samson getting the win over the Predator, we're now told. Mike?
Tom Meents is one of the finest young monster truck drivers you'll ever see in America. He runs it wide open, drives a lot like Dennis Anderson, a lot of style like Dennis Anderson, lets it all hang out.
Now, Mike, usually Monster Patrol we see with that big wing on the back, but not here tonight. Well, here's Monster Patrol set to go on the left, Equalizer on the right.
It's going to be a good race. It'll be a great race. I like the Monster Patrol truck. Truck's been around a long time. It has been updated. Paul Shader truck, and They've done such a good job. Whoa, baby.
Looked like Monster Patrol is going to pick up the win in that one.
The rules for the United States Hot Rod Association say that you must have the tires on the ramp when you leave. If the second set of ramps with the tires, then it drifted to the left. The truck lands a little bit and gets off a little bit right there, and all he can do to save it. The shutoff area is going to be very critical. Let's watch him on this ISO. He rips the hood off that one, and that kicks the back of the truck out. Tom lays it over on its side and goes over a jump that's used for the Pro Arena truck. Still brings it back around, handles it just bouncing and riding. But this young man is good. Never, ever panic.
Obviously never lifts either.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Well, here's a look at the next lineup. The Executioner was marked a 1996 Chevy, 572 cubic inches and 1,400 horsepower. Perfect that the Executioner would go up against the Gravedigger. Dennis Anderson's got a 1950 Chevy panel wagon body on 482 cubic inches, 1,375 horsepower. One more look at this last race. The official scores checking this out from the United States Hot Rod Association. They want to see exactly where Monster Patrol was going over those yellow cars, if it was a legal pass or not.
That's going to be a decision they're going to have to make, because that thing...
They did give the win to Monster Patrol, now we're told. So who will he meet up with in the next round? That is what we're going to decide right now. Executioner and Gravedigger, and you're on board with the Digger.
Dennis says that Kill Devil Hill is just a few miles. Kitty Hawk, where they were first in flight with the airplane.
Yeah, that figures.
And he's first in flight with a monster truck.
Boy, is he ever.
There are the Hall boys out of Champaign, Illinois. Come to stage. Big race for the Hall boys.
Well, they know they can't lift, that's for sure, because Dennis Anderson sure isn't. Here we go, Executioner, Gravedigger.
Hello, come on.
Backed it right up to the wall.
That's the way you park one of them.
Listen to the crowd cheering the Gravedigger. Boy, does he lay it all out there, doesn't he? Watch this.
Watch him land, Ralph. Watch him land. This is unbelievable. He is wide open right in this area and then just seams the truck. Coming over just a little bit, gets the front tires down. Can't hold on to it. That's beautiful.
Mike, he landed a good 10, 15 yards farther than the Executioner did out there. Look at those tires fighting.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. And just park it right up against the wall.
There's a lot of valets that can't do that with a Chevette.
You got that right.
Oh, look at that baby bounce. Up on the wheels, spinning around. Dennis, look at his hands just fighting that wheel.
Hey,
perfectly parked.
I promise you, we could see his face. He was smiling.
He could park my car any day.
Anywhere. Well, no, I'm going to say no.
Barefoot going up against my favorite of all time, Bulldozer. Guy Wood blowing smoke out of the nose in that 97 Chevy, 502 cubic inches, 1,200 horsepower. Barefoot's packing 1,400 horsepower in that 97 Dodge Ram.
Blown KB. I'll tell you what, the Barefoot truck, formerly owned the Fred Schaefer out of Pontoon Beach, and it is one bad puppy.
One of the quickest trucks.
Oh, yeah.
There's the Bulldozer.
That's your favorite.
Well, because he blows the smoke out of the nostrils, as you just saw him doing there.
Ralph,
the horns and the aerodynamic tilt.
Ralph,
I love it.
Ralph, blowing smoke is what you do all the time.
Easy, Galloway. It's early in the show.
Oh, okay.
Barefoot and Bulldozer set to go. Round one action continuing here in the Metrodome. But spin the wheels at the line, so he went down in a hurry. Barefoot takes the victory. No problem for the Barefoot. Watch the wheel spin on Bulldozer. Look at him, just spinning.
Yeah. Oh, he's only two-wheel drive, Ralph. The rear tires aren't turning at all. Ralph, you know what you'd call this right here?
A loss.
No, a bear.
Ooh.
Okay, let's look at the overhead. Barefoot down, good run, hard run. I think guys in two-wheel drive at its front. And then you got a bear in the air.
And a bear in victory lane. Well, we hope you enjoyed round number one. Don't go away. We got plenty more coming from the Metrodome and crews, including Pro Arena trucks. Next. Humphrey Metrodome in Minneapolis, Minnesota. The Pace Motorsports Monster Truck Challenge is underway. Round number one of the Monsters is completed. Crowd getting set as we are for the first round of the Pro Arena trucks. Remember, this is the first time here on T&M Motorsports that we're going to run them side by side. So, Mike, tell us about the course here tonight.
Well, actually, Ralph, there's two tracks. Runs all the way down, around, back, and then the finish line. Now, this happens, same thing over here on this side. You're going to choose a lane you want on this side where Rick's sitting right now, for the simple sake you're making a left-hand turn. So let's listen to Rick as he goes down through there.
Okay, when you leave the line, you're going to have to watch not get too much speed. You launch over that second hill and you're going to blow the rear end out. Come up this jump, you're going to have to carry enough air to land well. There's going to be a pole down here. You go around the pole, you got to be between these stakes. If you don't go between the stakes, it's a disqualification. You got three little singles here. You don't take through here, you might go too fast and lose control going over this double. This double is going to be tough. You're going to have to go over it, stay slow enough that you can make this corner, come back into the starting line and over this double again. Come off this double, you're going to be going as fast as you can and make this last jump on the end to finish out.
Well, the left-hand side, as you said, Mike, is the key. Driver sits on the left side of the truck. That's the easy way to do it. Dave, the guy that's got to turn to the right has it a little bit trickier.
That's right, and Kyle Walton is the first guy that's going to be doing that tonight, Ralph. And he's the guy that's had to make some adjustments in order to get this truck to turn a little bit better to the right. Kyle, what did you do to the truck in order to get it to turn better right?
Well, I had to change my outer tie rod so that my fitment arm was centered up. I put a little more weight on the back spring by adjusting it on my forelink so that you carry more weight going around the corner when the weight transfers going to the right. We're not really used to going to the right, but I've done it before and we'll do it again.
The other thing that's tough for them, guys, is they have to drive this thing turning to the right, and for some of them, just looking across the hood and getting all this taken care of around the pylons is tough for them as well, so they've got a challenge.
That they do, Dave. And there's one other thing you might have noticed in that suspension. Yes, those are tennis balls inside the spring. Mike, they do that to help make it bound a little bit easier. It helps take out some of that bounce.
Works for me, Ralph. I like it.
Kyle Walton.
And did you...
Will be the next one.
This is the Blazer with a Ford front suspension under it.
There's the yellow pole the way you're
Looks good. Looks great at this point.
Kyle's a project engineer when he's done driving his S10 Blazer.
Looks outstanding. Run to the line. Oh, yeah. Ooh, that thing lands well, doesn't it?
I'm sure it too, because you do have to bring him to a stop.
Complete stop. No roll stop.
That's a pretty good run.
Good enough for the girl I go with. Hey, this is great. This is great. Locks the front end up, brings it around, and kind of bangs the back of it a little bit. And that's a good job, Ralph. That's the way everyone needs to be doing. That's what they're watching out for.
22.7 for Kyle Walton. Joe Brozovic is up next.
Ooh,
This could be a good benchmark.
The right front tire didn't look good on that Blazer when it landed that last time. You don't think Joe won't try to show out on this deal?
Joe is going to throw everything at it.
Probably as much as experience as anyone in the country. Lifts up the left front tire, kind of a sprint car type thing. Does the triple. Now let's see if he can spin it around there.
Oh,
That didn't work.
no. Not out onto the pavement. You don't want to do that.
You're going to have to be a little bit quicker on the brakes when you run down that back chute.
23.14.
And that
A little slower.
quick time was out when he got out there on the pavement. It just,
That really hurt him, didn't it?
oh, yeah. I said I thought this was going to be a critical area because you come over that last jump and you can't cut it quite enough to keep from getting out here on the pavement.
Well, we're just into the qualifying session for Pro Arena Trucks. Stay with us. We'll be right back to the Metrodome in Minneapolis. The action with the Pro Arena Trucks here at our Pace Motorsports Monster Truck Challenge. We're into our qualifying session for the Pro Arena Trucks, one at a time. The next one up should be Craig Riedel in the Craigster.
That 2270 that we saw just a moment ago is the quick time so far tonight. So I think that'll fall before it's over with. I think there's some guys that can run in that 21 area. And I could be all wrong because these turns are turning out to be so treacherous. I think they're going to loosen up before the night's over with. It's going to be a lot harder to make your turns right there at the finish line.
Craig driving a 77 Ford Bronco.
Old Broncos never die, they just go fast.
We've seen a lot of them in this Pro Arena Truck Series.
All right, let's see how he handles this. That's an easy pass. Not too hard. I think he's coming up on a real treacherous part of the track. Not right here, not right there, but I think he's on
that hurt.
Right. Maybe not quite that hard.
And one jump really kicked the back end around on it.
Now let's see if he can. I think we need a little motor mount work in that, Ralph.
Where it gets into problems right
Watch
here.
the back of the truck. It's okay, and now. Way over out of the way, gets it sideways. Got to back up and then get around the pole. And I've said before, Ralph, that to be the point that it's going to get a lot of people before this night's over.
Well, what he did, Mike, was he, in a motorcycle turn, is he cased that last bump, had the rear wheels in the back, and it kicked him back up and around on it. Don Williams, White Bear Lake, Minnesota. We've seen this Bronco quite a bit on the tour, and it gets better and better and better.
He has drugged this thing all over the United States and just continues, as you said, gets better every time. Ron looking great right now. He's looking real clean.
33.9, by the way, was the time for Riedel.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That hurt. That's concrete, Ralph. And those white things right there are concrete barriers.
Stop it. Nice. 23.58.
Well, they're all close.
58, yeah.
23.58, 22.
Kyle Walton is still a quick time in the Chevy Plus truck.
Watch what happens when this truck swings that area right there. Gets off. When it gets off, I mean, that's like running on glass. There's just no traction there for it. Here's Concoction.
Chris McCoy out of Hannah City, Illinois, as we race to set the field. Remember, this is a qualifying situation.
I've always loved this truck. I always thought this truck had the right combination. It's got a V6 and it's a lightweight truck and it runs well.
Stops well too, and that's a big point.
Got it. Now let's see how he handles this back chute. That's good.
Real smart.
He's all right.
This is going to be a good run, Mike.
Yeah, he is in the 22nd
This is a good run.
He's going to be 22 and change, Ralph.
22.85. That's your number 2 qualifier right now. The key to his success was his brakes. He really was able to bring it to a stop in a hurry at the far end.
And use the brakes for his advantage. Gets around clean, moves well down it. And look at this. You know, this is what they're calling the bad lane, Ralph. But he's running this well in it. He may be the man when we get down to side-by-side racing. How close did he get? Well, I didn't get as close as I thought he did on those concrete barriers.
Chris McCoy in Concoction, the number 2 man right now. Well, we'll be right back with more Pro Arena Truck qualifying. But you know what? U.S. Hot Rod Association coming to your area soon. Check out these days. TNN Motorsports welcomes you back to the Metrodome. Pace Motorsports and their Monster Truck Challenge is underway. We're qualifying our Pro Arena trucks for tonight's side-by-side competition, the first time we've had it on TNN Motorsports.
I like it, Ralph. I think it shows a lot of action. It's going to be truly interesting when they get down and start going side by side there. Some of these guys aren't going to be able to handle it because of the other noise and the other action going on. And then you got people like Joe that will jump in there and will just be thrilled to death to have somebody beside him.
There's Rick Armbruster. He'll be our next qualifier, and he's got an onboard camera for us.
You know what, he started 2 years ago. He just had a basically stock truck, and now this guy is just about as trick as anyone you're going to find.
There's a look out the window as he scans the course ahead.
Good long jump. The truck lands so... Here's how he handles this finish line area. Get it around, get it around.
Oh, he really kicked the rear end up.
That was good. That was great.
That's a good run.
He's in the 21 zone.
22:39, a new quick time.
I like it. Boy, he is on top of it. That truck handled so well. I think the key of that route was down there when he made the turn on the starting line area.
Boy, that was a great run. Here's a look off the light.
He said he was going to take it easy right in this area, and he did. But now there he hammers the big Ford motor. That's a beautiful landing, truck on the ground. Then he'll just sling it. Now watch this kick up the back. There's a beautiful, beautiful landing. That truck handled so well. Oh yes, nothing runs like a deer.
Gary, Washington, Illinois, with a 7.2 Ford Bronco.
We've seen Gary before. This little truck, Bronco, runs great. About every time we see it.
Been driving Pro Arena trucks for about 3 years.
Look at that.
That was a beautiful turn, Gary.
Now, quick, hurt. Hey, he's going to be there now. Uh-oh, that was really hurt. Still one in the 23.
23:57.
Gosh, if he hasn't gotten in trouble right there at that one corner of that finish line,
Well,
he might have been the man.
that really twisted the frame up, though, didn't it?
Yeah.
Let's watch.
Watch when he's going to come off to this side a little bit.
Head went right out the window, didn't it? Watch his head go flying to the side, right here. Lands.
Oh, that hurt. He may want to go see Alan Pezo's dad.
This one was driven right here. You can see the Minnesota license plate tag still working.
Hey, it's got windows, it's got air, it's got a heater and a radio.
On zero, ready to go. The Ford.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no. Oh. Still running, Ralph.
Yeah, he's pretty rusty. Too. I'm surprised the whole socket came in.
Still going. Oh, baby! Yeah! Hey, didn't back out of it. Didn't scare him.
Knocking the rust right out of it.
Yeah, keep going.
That's a good run.
Oh, this crowd will get him so pumped up, there'll be fingers hanging off of it when he runs next time.
That's a pretty good run.
They have gone nuts over that one. Now, Ralph. Oh, yeah, front up.
28:89 was the official time. Boy, bounced it hard through there. He got a 28:89. The Mike, he didn't really come to a complete stop at the far end, so he gets a DQ. He'll go to the very back.
Crinkled the fenders on
Yeah,
each
he did.
side.
Yeah, he did.
Dimpled.
See, you got to bring it to a complete stop right there. So he'll be at the back end when we go racing. We'll be right back with more of the Pace Motorsports Monster Truck after this.
He's got a broken
Pace Motorsports Monster Truck Challenge at the Metrodome in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Our number 2 qualifier is pretty quick, but Dave, he's got a problem.
Yeah, he's got a broken truck, Ralph. Look at this. The pinion on the front drive axle right here has broken for Kyle Walton, and the professor noticed that when the truck came down. It snapped. Kyle, what are you going to do now? Can you run the truck? Are you going to put it in two-wheel drive and run anyway?
Yeah, I'm going to make it a two-wheel drive truck and hope for the best and get enough traction out of the rear end. We'll be all right. Looks like I got a pretty good qualifying time. Looks like I'm in second. But she's run two-wheel drive before. She'll perform.
All right, he's going to lock it down and go with 2, guys.
Mike, what else can he do to help compensate for that? Anything?
Close his eyes. Oh, it'll be all right. I think this track is pretty well a fit to what in the world is this concoction?
That's a Suzuki 88 edition driven by Chuck Dunn out of Brown Community, Minnesota.
But look at the front tires.
Awful small, aren't they?
They look like they come off a Model A Roadster.
Yeah, wire wheels and all.
Oh, I like it.
You would. Why is he carrying this spare?
They may need it for this is over.
Tell you what, this thing is quick.
Oh, but he's
It's
hurt
quick.
the right front.
Oh, boy, is it quick.
Agile.
Oh, man. 23:57. That's very competitive.
I am sure that those off a 30s model Chevrolet front wheel. 32 or 3 Chevrolet.
Well, from one extreme to the next,
I like
look
it.
at those little wheels.
I like it. Those are off of an old 30s Chevrolet. Well, handled well. Did great. Now, he stopped it.
Yeah, from one extreme to the other. Look at this thing. This one also driven here.
What's that hanging out the window on the passenger side?
I believe it's a noise.
Okay, Ralph.
Well, I'm serious.
Okay, I believe you.
Truck's known as Little Noise.
Oh, there it is.
It is a noise.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Well, this is bone stock. I think it's got a lift kit on it and maybe some other springs, but that's about it.
Pounded right into the ground there.
Ranger's trying its best. The long wheelbase doesn't help tonight either.
41-42.
I don't know how the driver. I don't know how the driver did, but the noise of the left side.
He's a little beat up. Dave Burns?
Well, the professor asked, so we deliver. You wondered about the wheels here on Chuck Dunn's Suzuki. They are off of a 32 Ford, if you can believe that. But the rubber, that's something else entirely. Chuck, what is the tire on the front of the Suzuki here?
It's a 180/40 motorcycle tire that's used for motocross, and it's on a 1932 Ford 18-inch rim.
Now, I've thought of a lot of combinations to use on these things, guys, but that sure is not one of them.
I was wondering what decade he got those glasses out of.
I like it, Ralph. You look good on him.
Mike, you would.
Hey, this truck's quick.
Only one on the crew that would recognize wheels off of a 1930 edition.
Oh, Ralph, that hurt. That hurt me.
Well,
that hurt me deeply.
It's true, is it not?
Okay, it is true. I had the nicest little 32 coupe
Bought it brand new, didn't you?
with a flathead in it. No, it was used.
Oh. 1-year-old?
Yes, it was.
Okay. All right, here's our last qualifier. Ground effects racer Mark Pemberton out of Klamath, Oregon.
Boy, he came quite a ways.
Yeah, he did. Good crowd on hand here tonight inside the Metrodome.
Well, they've been seeing some great racing, Ralph.
And remember, a little later on, we're going to put these Pro Arena trucks out on these courses 2 at a time.
Well, that's a great turn. I mean, to tell you, the guy is on top of this. He could be the quick man. He could be the man. He could be the man.
Boy, is
He's
this
in the
truck
16-second zone.
He smoked 20.22.
Saved the best to last.
Oh boy, the gauntlet has been thrown down, Mike. kinds of stuff coming out of the truck, though, too, Mike.
Well,
take a look at this.
Now, right in this area, you're going to see something
Fuel?
come out of it. It's probably
fuel
just
out of the tank?
just an over.
Well, that thing really moved. Well, he towed all the way from Klamath, Oregon, but Mark Pemberton's our #1 qualifier. We'll be back for more racing from Minneapolis after this.